If this is the way that it must be done, I'm doing it the best, then trust me, son. Rebel, no pauses, taking out your forces with a switchblade and a rusty gun. Doing this forever, you've just begun. Don't start none, it won't be none. Metaphors, similes, jokes, and puns. Got whole squad of rap cats on the run. Since the only way out is through, not around. Then line them up, I'ma knock them down. Look at the way I rock a crowd. Got a big head, how could I not be proud? Ace said no bites allowed, so I'm firing shots across the bow. Peace to Mike Jackson, ain't no doubt. Excuse me while I make my way out.
Shell toes, peanut butter skimmed on the beat, on the rhythm, glass smooth tip, rimmed on the beat. I'm a dip, don't trip on the stick off the rip. No price, no sticker, you can rip off the gift. No item you can pick off the list. Get up on the game, I'ma tell you, you can get off of this. We taking a stand to get counted. Soon as we open it up and get routed, turning it up and get loud, cause we been heating it up since we found it. Storming the barn to get down, see how we burning it up with thick cloud. Try to struggle away to get rounded. Better start stretching today, cause we bout this.
Yeah.
What up, y'all?
Here we are.
Dizzy Gillespie played the sax. What's up, y'all?
See, Ashley's already in the house.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Getting ready for that music video shoot coming up in a short while.
Yeah.
See Craig in there from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! It's so good to see you guys. How's your how's the last week been for everybody?
Been nice. Been nice. I'm currently on spring break with my son. So it's been we've been hitting a lot of museums. Today we went to the Science History Museum.
Ooh.
Pretty cool. A lot of cool exhibits. If you ever get a chance to check that out when you're in Philadelphia, it is a free museum because it is part of the national park system.
That's interesting.
Shout out to museums.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aeon Mixed in the YouTube video. Those were not prison suits. Those were Mars space uniforms. Space. Those were the remnants of our space suits from when we had a video where we went to Mars.
Prison suits.
That's some good behind the scenes content right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you go back and watch, which video was that?
Arm burning.
No. Well. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was the barn burner video.
If you go back and watch the official barn burning video,
Yeah,
you
you'll notice
may
that
recognize.
Yeah, you'll notice that mine was the only one that still had the Mars patch still attached.
Did it come off by the end of getting soaked in silly string and condiments?
No, actually. It's still most of it is still attached after even a couple more washes.
Amazing. Amazing. So was that the most fun you had doing a music video this year?
This year, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've all been fun so far.
Yeah, they have been fun. We did some shooting recently that was kind of fun. A lot of cool props. But yeah,
I want to go back to the playground when it's warm.
True.
Oh, I forgot about the playground.
Yeah, I want to go back to the playground when it's warm. Now it'll be weird. It'll be weird, like as adults on a giant playground. I guess I can bring my kid, but like
that helps.
I feel like adults would be like, "Why is that giant man climbing up in there to go down the slide again?" I'm like, "Look,
hey, I was there a couple of days ago with me and the kiddo, and I was that giant man."
All right, good. I'd say my $10 paid for this. We're getting back on this slide.
I think what happened is that seeing me do it made it okay for the other parents that were there. They were like having second thoughts about doing it. And then, yeah.
The tube is bigger inside than it looks. Like it's this big slide that, it's from very high up, and there's a lot of rope climbing that is involved in, getting up there. It would be funny, Arslan, if you did a thing where you get into the slide and you start sliding down, but you stop yourself partway down. And everybody's waiting. Like, where is he? Where did he go?
I would not mind that at all. You know what? You keep giving me ideas for ridiculous stuff to do.
Yeah.
And I'll just come out when I get unstuck. I'll be like, "It's racist. Slide is racist."
Yeah, I mean it is quite snug in there, so.
It is, that thing is mad young.
Yeah. It was. I mean, Sleeves probably wouldn't have felt that snugness in there. She's much smaller than us.
Yeah, I felt very comfortable. I enjoyed it. I would do again.
Yeah, I came within hitting my head a few times. Yeah, to a little bit of context, there's a Roosevelt Park in Philadelphia has done a major renovation in its playground situation, and part of that includes the nation's largest swing set and a pretty impressive set of slides that a few stories tall. But yeah. So if you go there, if you get a chance to come through, even if you come there with your kid, and you feel tempted to mosey on up there,
get on the swing, man.
Don't feel any shame. Don't feel any shame.
Do all of it. Playgrounds are underrated anyway, so.
Especially swings. I'm such a fan of a good swing. And my favorite thing, though, is actually very hard to find in playgrounds nowadays. My two favorite things. So I love a good seesaw. Like a real seesaw, the old school kind where you can slam down on the ground and send somebody flying into the air. So fun.
Yeah.
And, oh, man, that is the stuff. And,
that one over here at Roosevelt is it feels like it's supposed to be that, but it's not, because
it looks like it used to be a trebuchet.
And I really like merry-go-rounds too, not the horsey kind, not carousels. Those are terrifying, but the
ones where you can just launch kids off the side of it by spinning it too fast.
I mean, they should hold on.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, I think what happened is that too many lawsuits happened, and then they kind of phased some of that stuff off, and nobody wants to pay for that.
Well, I will just say that I really enjoyed when we were at Hatch at Arbor Day Farm, and they had like the real old school merry-go-round that was so great.
Yeah. They also had those grills.
It was not great.
What? I said they also had those grills.
They had those grills.
Yeah,
No,
but
French
I'm
fries.
shaking my head because those are the merry-go-rounds are the fun machines of death.
Funny story. There's still an onion on one of those grills.
There's still it's just tucked under there, wrapped in aluminum foil.
I still don't know what he was planning to do with that. Was he just gonna stick a spoon in it and just?
So in addition to all the food grilling and stuff that Gangstagrass has done, would you guys take just a minute or two and give the folks who are here a little bit of a sneak preview of the next single that's coming out and the fun stuff you did to make that music video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. We're coming out with a single in a couple of weeks. It's a cover of Informer by Snow. And it'll be good.
We actually went to Toronto to film it. The CN Tower in the background. It's good stuff. It is though. It is not a cover, but it has it uses pieces of a song that will be very familiar to the bluegrass folks. Very excited about that.
Yeah, we kind
Shout
of
out to the god Trill Monroe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's definitely.
Oh yeah.
Trill Monroe is his new moniker on this type of thing. But we actually, it's a song we've been kind of testing out on the road over the past, I don't know, 9 months or so. The people in the UK got a big taste of it.
Yeah.
People in Pensacola, the people in Denmark got a big taste of it, and it's very, very anthemic, I guess. People got
good word.
Yeah, people, I mean, the horns help.
Yes, indeed.
Low down brass band out of Chicago.
Yeah, that was
some horns.
Shoot, they didn't lay them down; they threw them at him.
That's right.
They launched them horns on there. It has some push to it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you are a horn player in any of the places where Gangstagrass is headed, get in touch, because I'm always down to help throw a horn player onto the stage with Gangstagrass and just see what happens. It's pretty great. So among the places that we're coming to in the next couple of months, we've got Roanoke, Virginia. We will be back to see you, Roanoke. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets now for that Roanoke show. It's going to be at the Grandin Theater, which is a beautiful venue. Super excited about that. That's May 16th. So you can go to the Grandin Theater website and get those tickets. And we have Bloomington, Illinois. That's happening on May 19th. And that's at the Bloomington PAC. And then that rescheduled Lexington, Kentucky show from when it got super snowed out back in January. That is happening on the 20th of May. So definitely get your tickets for that one, because a bunch of tickets were already gone before we had to reschedule it. But that's the one that's less than $15 even with all the taxes and fees per ticket. So grab your tickets and come on out to those shows and bring your trumpets and trombones. Let's see how it goes. Cool. What was your favorite thing about that music video for the new single?
I was having a good time at the skate park, like as ridiculous as it was and kind of cold. Like I'm a big fan of graffiti. I love graffiti, and I love the idea that, like, for a lot of graph writers, the stuff that they write is just the letters that they learn to write the best. So like they have the most ridiculous graph names, and so dudes would be like Smirk, just because they can write the letters Smirk really well, or like Glurm. Like, what the hell is a Glurm? I don't know, but my Glurm looks great. Okay, Glurm. And then the whole world gets to know them as Glurm.
I think what happens is that Graph has been around so long that where like all the good names are taken.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be part of it
Yeah,
too.
that's just like how
Yeah,
it
'cause-
happens with apps. Like your app's got to be named like Wooba or Luco.
Right. I mean, there's this one cat who it's not even like the pieces are even that great. They're just putting the word Spain everywhere, but they've got coverage.
Spain is
They've
everywhere.
they've hit up all the way like into New Jersey, pretty deep, Delaware, Pennsylvania. I think I even saw a couple of tags of theirs in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all it is. It's not even really. It's really just a tag. It's not a piece.
Right.
You know, I'm a fan of graph writers when they can actually put up a nice artistic piece. But if it's just a word without any style at all, it's just like no, nah.
You may as well be spit from B Street.
Or Plud from 227.
227. 227 was the best TV show. So,
Well, there's no place like home. When your family's around you, you're never alone.
yes,
I do know
Marley
me a thing.
Gibbs. Ah, so good. And that took place in DC, which is where I am right now. But as you guys know, I'm from Baltimore. So when when the news about the bridge hit at like 2:00 in the morning, was that Monday night?
Yeah.
I was just awake. Just did not go to sleep. Listen to the radio. It was just it's so shocking. And just shout out to everybody involved in making that so much less of a horrific disaster than it could have been. It's so sad that any lives were lost at all, but the number of lives that were saved, they have got to get a huge amount of credit for that. As soon as that Mayday signal went out, I mean, they had like a minute. I mean, very little time, and
Right.
the authorities got the bridge. They closed it off to traffic, and you can see it on the videos. Like you see the last couple of cars cross.
Yeah, a couple of cars go over.
Just, I mean, the quickness of that response. It makes me wonder if other cities have that kind of thing in place. I hope that they do, because that was just heroic efforts by everybody to make sure that that they minimized the damage as much as they could, given what was about to happen.
Yeah,
Incredible.
you can never be, and it's definitely not something you'd ever expect to be happening.
Right.
Aside from the fact that that particular boat had similar accidents already on the other side of the pond, but that's a whole other issue. But I would like to discourage people from coming up with far-fetched theories about the structural integrity of the bridge. If several hundred tons collides with a bridge and on a supporting beam, it is going to collapse.
Yeah.
And I know people. I know quite a few of you only know me as a rapper. I am a mechanical engineer who has designed bridge. I say
For
bridge.
Gangstagrass. You've designed several bridges for Gangstagrass.
Not just the kind of bridges that you sing.
Gangstagrass truly does build bridges.
I've done some structural design in my day, but yeah, several hundred tons flying. Even moving slowly. It's not about the impact. It's about what's behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Your man, what's his name? Alex Jones, with the quickness was like, oh, it's cyber warfare. It's on, right?
You mean Alex Jones, the guy who sells health supplements but looks like death?
Yeah. it was real quick too. It was in seconds. Like right, he was like, "Yo, we're all gonna die." Like, yeah, can you slow down, please, sir? Sir. Like, I understand this is terrible, but I need you to slow it all the way down. You're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
You are doing too much.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, but what would Alex be? What would Alex be without hysteria?
Facts. Absolute facts.
I thought the Daily Show did a nice job with that. Sort of sending it is as a former journalist, it is personally devastating to me when a satire comedy news show has to tell real, actual news people, hey, remember, slow your roll. You don't actually need to fill every second with speculation. You could just say, we're waiting for more information.
Yeah, Jordan Kepler killed that last night.
Mm-hmm.
He really did the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that so much. That I'm sad that the sensibility in our news media is coming from comedy shows, but I'll take it where I can get it. Right? Seth Meyers, same kind of vibe. Really appreciate that. Just thank you for holding down the sensibility in the news, comedians. We appreciate you. Speaking of which, I'm excited. We're going to go see Josh Johnson in DC in August. Yep. Yeah, Wrench is going to get right up in Josh Johnson's face, too. Like that. This is what you're seeing right now is going to be Josh Johnson's view from the stage.
Hello?
Yes.
I like that idea.
Let me just crawl inside this laptop for a minute.
What is he doing?
Crazy in there.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be good because I'll be honest, I haven't been to a comedy show in a long time.
Well,
Have you been to a comedy show since you got on stage with Sinbad?
there you go.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot that one.
That was so.
You know what's funny is I kind of forgot that we went there as part of the audience because we ended up on stage. So I take that back. It hasn't been that long, but it's been a while. It's been at least 3.
That was such a great
that was back when Sinbad was a member of Gangstagrass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out to OG Sinbad.
Mm-hmm.
I say OG because he pioneered a lot of stuff.
I like the idea of Gangstagrass just going around and recruiting comedians for the band. I think this is a winning strategy. I agree, Betty Lynn. Josh Johnson is awesome.
I agree. Wool.
Autocorrect. But he is no sheep. One of the things that's so awesome about the Josh Johnson sets is that he, it's fresh. It's fresh like every time because he's running with whatever's happening. He's not, no objections to comedians who do the same basic set night after night, city to city. But Josh is really changing it up all the time based on what's going on in the world. And I think that shows such an enormous amount of talent and also makes it so great for audiences. There's always something new from him. And I love it.
He definitely keeps it fresh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not up there still telling the Spiro Agnew jokes that he started with.
Way to bring it back to Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, shout out also to the Baltimore mayor, Mayor Scott, youngest mayor in Baltimore's history, with that very, very fresh varsity jacket that he's got going on. Just calm and collected and, just...
They were asking him, like, how long is it going to take to rebuild? He was like, whoa, slow down. Right. We're still trying to save lives right now. What are you doing?
Right. Let's recenter it on the people that are affected directly right now.
Mm-hmm. That's
what you want in your mayor. It's going to be a pain, but guess what? There are lives at stake. There's lives involved.
There's 6 families that are a lot more inconvenienced than people who have to change their commute.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Exactly. Hooray for Baltimore for getting such a good mayor who is focused on the people. We appreciate that. Yeah. Speaking of which,
And shout out again with that jacket of his.
yes.
The thing that I like the most about that jacket is that he was out there in it. Like I'm starting to really appreciate politicians that aren't wearing suits and ties. Like, or if they are, they're doing something with it. Like, what's the brother in Tennessee? Pearson?
Yeah.
The one with the afro.
Yeah, is that Justin Pearson?
Yeah, that rocks the cloth over his suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I'm since I was a very young kid, I've never understood the concept of ties and what they do and what they're for. So I'm really starting to dig the sort of casualization of a lot of American society. Like, and guess who you have to thank for that? Black people. Everybody that's going to their offices and whatnot in their fresh new sneakers. Guess who you have to thank for that?
The 1993 World Trade Center bombing.
Sure.
I was going to go with the pandemic. Interesting.
Nope.
No, it goes back before that. It was the way earlier bombing in the financial district.
That 93?
That led to a bunch of people there rocking the business suit with sneakers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had to be ready to run.
You had to be ready to run, yeah. But like the just the whole like the fact that you can still be fresh and still like give off an air of you know what you're doing and not be wearing a dark suit.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting the dark suit dead for a long time. Because everybody that's ever approached me in my life in a dark suit, I didn't really want to fuck with them. Like I'm like, nah, you're a principal or a dean or.
It's time for the revenge of the tan suit.
Tan
Yo!
suit. Tan suit.
I just want to talk about the tan suit for a minute as well.
Mm-hmm.
What?
There has never been a thing that made me happier in American media than watching conservatives lose their mind over Barack's tan suit. Because A, that shit was fresh. Again, I'm not a suit guy. It was a dope suit. And you would have thought he went out there in like
a Joker suit with the question marks.
or
bright
like
green, purple.
Or like a Maasai warrior, you know what I mean, with a full spear and like y'all.
They were acting like he rolled through dressed like Bishop Magic Don Juan with the green and gold and a pimp cane and a wide brim hat or something. I'm like, dude, what? It's a tan suit. It's springtime. I own a suit just like it.
Well, the good thing is that his administration was followed by one that brought decorum and maintaining traditions back to the White House.
Right. You know, he brought back, well, not even brought back, introduced us to, I guess, neckties that go past your belt.
Speaking of what ties are for.
Yeah, right.
And shout out to John Fetterman just showing up in a hoodie. Mm-hmm. Your man be in a hoodie and shorts all day. I love it.
Yo.
I love it.
I mean, plus you got to think about how much it costs to get a suit for that guy.
Yeah, facts. That's a gigantic man. His suit bucket is he's like, nah, I'm not spending that money. Are you crazy?
It's like, dude's like 17 feet tall.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if are they gonna get the job done? That's all I really care about.
Exactly. And so,
There's enough
I want
scumbags in suits.
I want
Excuse my language.
this casual to die. I want all of it. I want all of it dead. I don't need to see you in any sort of uniform unless your job needs to identify you as that person. Like firefighters, cool. You need a uniform while you're on duty. Doctors need uniforms while they're on duty.
People advertising tax preparation, you need the Statue of Liberty outfit.
No, I mean,
to identify you.
Actually,
that's different. That's a cop too.
No, you know what? I actually am kind of in favor of our politicians having uniforms, though. I kind of, but I want it to be like NASCAR uniforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where you can see patches where all
so you've got patches and who's sponsoring them. All right.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that.
That would be perfect. Then okay, oh yeah, he's in Congress or she's in Congress. Oh, they're sponsored by Exxon.
Right, you know who sponsors them. I love that.
I like that.
We gotta get Clarence Thomas in one of those too.
Yo, you know who's a real G if they roll in with the Ricky Bobby one. It just says me.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
big picture of a cougar on the back.
Speaking of Clarence Thomas, did he take John Oliver's office?
I believe not. I believe not. Although I did see a presentation. You know how Congress has gotten really into making presentations with, boards behind them,
yes.
that they're spending enormous amounts of money at Office Depot or whatever the heck,
Hey, I mean, some of them I'm happy that somebody is explaining stuff to them because so many of them have a third grade understanding of the English language and a second grade understanding of logic. That somebody's got to draw pictures and show it to them like they're children because so many of them behave like that.
Tommy Tuberville it out there. You're right.
This particular member of Congress, I remember he was talking about the Supreme Court scheme, and he just said the word scheme so many times. And one of the things he noted was that the big loan for Thomas's what is it? He doesn't call it an RV. What is it? Motor coach or something?
Yeah.
Was he paid interest on it for a while, but then stopped and also never paid back any of the principal. So it definitely, at that point you got to say that's really not a loan. You can't.
Yeah. Really... At that point, anything he was paying towards it was theatrical. It was
right.
And if he just had that on his robe, sponsored by Harlan Crow.
Right. Yeah, the Supreme Court justices should all have those outfits on too. A couple of them should probably have red noses, colorful wigs.
Oh, speaking of wigs.
Big red shoes.
Wait, who got a wig? Somebody got a wig?
You're going to get a wig.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My wig is coming soon. Am I getting pulled over? Oh, this would be some shit right here. This would be some.
Are you going to get pulled over on a live stream? That would be fun.
That would be hilarious.
Okay. Well,
I'd whack. You'd be whack as shit, but it'd be funny. It would be funny. Well, how you doing, officer? Yes, say hi to everyone.
It's hands-free, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, right? Everyone, say hi to Officer McCluser. Officer McCluser, say hi to everyone.
Speaking of people in uniform, so what do you guys think of Biden's zip down, the zip pullovers? I've been digging it.
I have not seen those.
Hey, keeps your trunk warm. Keep that core temperature.
Feels appropriate. I'm seeing some some people in the chat who are not impressed with neckties, and that sort of solves that problem.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Every now and then I like to get suited and booted, but it's got to be for an occasion. Who knows? I might start suiting up on the road.
Oh, okay. I'm nervous that our son's off camera.
Whoa.
Let us know if you're okay, bud.
Yeah.
We care about you. Yep. Yeah, Amber's
Wait.
saying that the little zip downs are more relatable, still pro, like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he could, they could roll up in one of those President Camacho outfits, the sleeveless joint that Terry Crews was rocking.
I mean, Camacho all day, right?
Yeah.
Terry Crews wants to run for president. Terry Crews has the votes of Gangstagrass. I believe I'm not speaking out of turn by saying that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to see his policies first.
That's fair. We are informed voters. We don't just vote on personality alone. Very true.
I gotta see his policies.
Very true.
I kind of hope. I kind of want person who is the commander in chief to have some sort of governing experience prior to jumping right to the big chair.
I mean, does not reality television qualify one for?
No.
Well,
in fact,
you may be out of step with the electorate.
I feel like that
friends.
would disqualify it. It should be a disqualifier at this point.
I mean, can you imagine if we elected the president Survivor style? The level of low mediocrity that we would end up with.
I think I'd prefer it if it was Royal Rumble style rather than Survivor style.
Someone did suggest that. Who was it? It might have been. It was a comedian. Maybe it was Josh Johnson. I don't know. Some comedian was saying, for just this election, like, what if we did decide the presidency with a race, like an actual race, just for this one.
Yeah, because this one would be the most comedic
Yes.
of any in a long time.
Right. Only if we had, you get the airman of note to play yakety sax for the whole duration of the race.
And we have to drug test. No, like, Provigil or any, performance enhancing pharmaceuticals.
I don't know. I feel like for this particular race, the drug testing would be to make sure they actually did have performance enhancing drugs in their system.
No.
It'll be like, what was that movie that Red showed us on tour about the Tour de France when everybody was on tour?
Yeah. Yes, Tour de Pharmacy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was good. Ren shows us some good
That
stuff.
was funny.
I think my favorite movie you've shown us
I was just thinking
on
about
tour
that
was...
today. The scene where the guy that's like French or whatever is comparing himself to be fast like a cheetah, but because of his accent, nobody can tell if he's saying he's a cheater or not. Like a cheetah. Oh, are you saying you're a cheater? No, I'm saying I'm a cheetah. Not a cheetah, a cheetah.
And he's just arguing with a guy from Boston back and forth.
Ah! Good one.
Yeah. But, cheetahs are only fast in spurts.
Oh, really? They're sprinters, not long distance, not marathon runners.
They don't have the body fat to sustain a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What animals are long distance runners? What are the long distance animals?
I don't know. Good question.
This was definitely on our list of things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
tonight,
right.
anyway.
Horses, I guess. Camels.
Okay.
Giraffes. Why am I'm actually thinking about this? What is wrong with me? Yeah, I imagine camels. We're talking land animals, right? We really want to get
I'm gonna
into
go with
distance.
anything with feet. Yeah, because
Yeah, okay.
once we're talking, well, I mean, I guess birds have feet, so anything whose primary method there it is. See, that's what
there we
we're
go.
talking about.
See, yeah,
right
that's
there.
the uniform they should have.
That
That's what we need.
that is it.
Yeah.
Yes. Genius.
That would
Thank
be
you.
perfect. They should be required to wear it. And some of them would probably have to wear like capes to get all of the
Right.
the money in.
Right.
But
Right.
and then the patch should be like in proportion to the amount, like
Mm-hmm.
like whatever
Yeah.
percentage of their fundraising comes from that.
Yes.
That would be the patch,
Yes.
you know. And then like you could tell who was really
Or
grassroots
if
or
instead
who
of
was
by
AstroTurf. You know?
percentage, if you did it by amount instead of percentage, so that like, if you just were like small donors, they'd be little things. But like if you were taking millions of dollars, you'd actually have to get a suit that like it extends outward.
End up having one of those big collars like Ming the Merciless,
Yeah.
you know. But I feel like if you were like a really grassroots type person, they got a whole bunch of small donations. They just look like a calico type of thing.
That's charming.
Just a bunch of little. It's just pixels.
Can we apply this to like political ads by dark money kind of
Yes.
PACs and stuff? Did I say that? No, PACs. They're different.
Yeah, PACs.
PACs. Different. Same word, same letters, different pronunciation. Like where actually over the advertisement, so they can say whatever they want, but over the advertisement is just all of the giant corporations and billionaires that are sponsoring them, with the same caveat of like the larger the amount of money given, the larger that name appears.
Right, and then when they have this, because they always end up, this has been financed by such and such pack, da da da. But they should also have. I feel like those should have a clarification as to what those packs actually are, because they hide behind these names that obscure.
What was it? They're
Then
called.
it's
What are they
very
called?
good.
Fictional. They're called like fictional names or something like that. There's an official term for that, for like their aliases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that. I
This
like that
ad
from
was
the
funded
chat.
by
Transparency
Americans for
patches.
Good Things,
Americans
Right.
for good things. Yes,
aka the petroleum industry.
that's right.
Right.
That's right.
We have one thing we've definitely gotten right in this country is naming things the opposite of what they are. The Patriot Act. Operation Enduring Freedom. I'm like, yes. Flaming freedom. Flying out of the sky at you.
Orwell would be so proud.
How patriotic it is to be spying on all your citizens.
Mhm.
But hey, we got a new album coming out. It's great. It's called, it's
What's it called?
called The
The
Blackest, Thing on the Menu.
blackest thing on the menu.
Blackest Thing on the Menu. Shout out to the handful of followers who started following me on my new Clock app
Mhm.
account, even though I haven't actually posted anything yet. I'm looking for stuff to post. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do just yet. Unfortunately, all of my time-telling devices do not tick or talk.
Mhm.
So I'll figure out something else to post on there. But I've been following, back a few of you as the cool stuff I've been seeing on there.
Yeah, I like that, the Clock app. See, this is you guys are good at naming stuff.
The Clock app,
the
Bird
Clock
app.
Yeah, the Bird app. Right. To Betty Lynn down in the chat noted as far as things that are named for stuff that is not the thing they do, and this is a great example: the Texas Railroad Commission.
Bruh.
Yes.
Wait, I don't know. They are pretty good at railroading people.
Oh. I really do.
Moms for Liberty. That's one.
Oh wow. There are a lot of good ones. Man, we could come up with a very, very long list. Welcome more of those in the chat. I really want to talk about, on politicians wearing suits, like the one job you really need to be wearing a suit to do, which is obviously selling Bibles. But our son is still missing, which I'm deeply nervous about.
Do you really need to be wearing a suit to
Yeah.
sell Bibles?
Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. If you get yourself a 17-year-old boy, you will have nothing but trouble in your life. I love my son. He is perhaps the most amazing kid I've ever encountered. At 17, he's also a dim bulb with the direction sense of a squirrel with a concussion. Him and his girlfriend are down. I'm picking him up down at the Wells Fargo Center. I'm like, you need to go up this street and meet me here. I'm getting a call. This boy is way down the block, 3 blocks over, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So now I'm waiting on him. That's my life. That's my life. I'm listening.
Let's remember ourselves at 17.
Yeah. I was a giant moron. But I drove, so I didn't involve my dad in none of this goofy shit. I was just out here in the streets like a lunatic. On my own. Anywho.
I too was in them streets. But yeah.
So
we cut a little bit of slack. Their frontal lobes have not completed their transformation.
You're right.
Speak for yourselves, gentlemen. I was brilliant at 17. I was way smarter at 17 than I am now. I would love to be that smart.
According to various, state-sponsored sources and some nationally accredited ones, I was considered a genius at that time. But I was still a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah, I was smart. I just had no sense.
And you did also mention that they are with their significant other.
Yeah. And so the two of them
which also can cloud judgment and directional.
It's absolutely not right. God bless them. I love them both. They're amazing. They're great kids. So I'm listening to all the stuff you're saying, and I want, when we're talking about like who does need to wear a suit to do their job, right? Who? Like, what's the job that requires a suit? I can't think of one.
I'm gonna say professional
I can think
player.
exactly one. I thought of exactly one.
Okay, what is it?
What?
The guy who works at the haberdashery where I buy my suits at.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
He is always fresh to death.
Are the suits made out of hats? Are the suits made out of hats?
No, but he also sells hats.
Okay. I think also you need a suit in order to have the job of Clark Kent, because you need, you can't do that to a T-shirt and have in the phone booth.
I feel like Clark Kent should be wearing one of those breakaway NBA running tracksuits. And then he'll,
Yeah. But I don't think he needs a full suit. I don't think he needs a full
He's
suit.
going to show up at the Daily Bugle with his parachute pants on.
Or the Fetterman shorts.
And just be like...
That would be dope. That would be dope.
Watch this, Peter Parker.
Well, maybe I think it would hit with Clark Kent. We always go completely off of the list that we've made before. So I feel like if he's wearing a suit, the jacket conceals the cape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. And you gotta have something, I guess, to tuck the cape into as well.
Right. And it's kind of like this microfiber situation anyways, so it contours when you get in. I'm putting too much thought into this. What's wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens on spring break.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my existence right now, right? My son is back there. My son is right here with braids. Who did your hair? Nicely done. That's my son, Aaron. That's his girlfriend, Aaliyah. It's the universe and all of Gangstagrass. This is my life right now. This is how I do. There's always something going on. Always. That's my existence. But I mean, I get that your haberdasher has to have a cool suit. That's one guy. right?
While he's hammering and dashing.
Exactly.
Yes. But if and maybe if you're the kind of person that needs that sort of thing in their in their afterlifery, like if the funeral director guy, maybe he needs a suit. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But like other than that, like I used to work at a video store, right? When I went to Penn State, and I had to wear a tie at the video store.
Wait,
and I was like, "Are you?"
Wait, which video store was this?
It was
Wait,
the
and
Reservoir Dogs
Mike's video,
store.
Mike's video had you wearing a suit. I mean, a shirt and
not
tie.
a suit, but we had to wear like a shirt and tie
I did not
to rent videos to people, and I was like,
that doesn't make any sense.
I staged a protest and was like, "No, we're not doing this anymore." And
Okay.
I had the rules changed. I'm like, "No, I'm not wearing a tie to sell CDs and rent videos."
Okay, that explains why. Because I must have been there after the transformation that happened.
Was it required because the video store was like a Reservoir Dogs tribute, or because it was a Men in Black tribute?
I'm not. It was neither. It was just the owner was a weirdo and felt like for some reason he had to. This was in a college town too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
It was funny because at the time when we met, when he was at Penn State, I was actually working a job where I had to wear a suit and tie every day.
Which makes sense. Well, again, I don't know what that job was, but I guarantee that the suit, like the jacket involved in your job, didn't do anything.
No, it didn't.
Unless it was bulletproof and they were shooting at you.
No, I was a consultant.
What does your consultant jacket do?
Right, the jacket didn't
Does
really
it help
do
you
much.
consult better?
Right, because basically anywhere I ended up wearing the suit for, the jacket came off immediately after we got in the door.
Like, man, I can consult so much better now that I have this jacket on.
I don't remember. I think I had to wear a tie when I was selling the concession stand at a movie theater. When my job in high school.
Why?
I had to keep it out of the butter and the popcorn.
Keep it out of the
butter. Just a whole bunch of extra problems for you. You have to keep it out of the butter. Like, come on, you're causing problems in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That is weird. Ties are pretty impractical in a lot of ways. So over at Gangstagrass TV, over in the Twitch chat, I am curious. Mauve asks, what about game show hosts for suit? A job that requires, or at least enhanced.
Depends on the game show. On a game show, for something like Family Feud, you got to wear like, a Steve Harvey suit with 1,000,000 buttons.
I mean, you have to be Steve Harvey.
You got to be Steve Harvey.
Price is Right.
Price is Right.
But
Price
like
is Right,
not
maybe
Survivor. That would be very weird on Survivor.
Well, Price
Double
is Right, you
Dare,
have to wear a suit because
Double
you're
Dare.
Slavo
Wait,
Zizek.
Didn't the Double Dare host wear a suit? No.
He did wear a suit. Which
That's
is silly.
hilarious. That's
I mean, in any game show where people are getting slimed, you kind of don't want to, mess up a good suit.
You're doing too much.
Serious dry cleaning bills. Yep.
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, maybe. I don't know. Game show host probably doesn't need a suit, but having the suit kind of like gives this air of whatever, some sort of expertise in the game, I guess.
I think game show hosts should have the long British attorney wig and a black robe.
Yeah.
Right. For the
But
arbitration part of
the
job.
robe should stop at the waist.
All right.
With cargo shorts.
That's weird
With
enough.
cargo shorts and Birkenstocks.
Does that make it a cape if it stops the waist?
I don't
Well,
know.
it's all the way around.
That's more of a. It's more of a
Poncho?
parka.
Parka?
Poncho. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's way longer than that.
Judge Parka.
Game show parka. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I mean, I'm so glad that we're really, as usual, we are following our agenda. We are.
We did talk about
right
at
on
least a
topic.
couple of things.
I'm just saying we stress ourselves out too much with like dress wear. You know what I mean? Like just the fact that during the pandemic, people had to get on Zoom meetings with a tie on, knowing full well they were in their drawers.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew they was in their drawers. Everybody else was in their drawers. So what was the point? Like, I think that was the opportunity. It was the chance that we had as a society to be like, you know what? Let's let this bullshit go. Let's just let it the fuck go, and handle our business as adults in sweatpants or whatever. If you want to wear a suit, cool. But if you was happen to be chilling in a tank top and sweatpants, but you could still figure out how to run the financial department or whatever, cool. You should be able to do that. And if you're so impressed by somebody wearing a tie to do their job that doesn't need one, I think that says more about you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think that says you're easily impressed, and you need to figure out people a little bit better.
Or maybe you're impressed by the wrong things, and you should be paying attention to the job rather than the visual.
Well, I think maybe it's about I didn't go as far as putting on like a tie or something for Zoom meetings and things, but like I feel like being comfortable is one thing, and I make sure I would dress up for comfort. But like I feel like if I'm wearing something that makes me feel a little neater than just what I rolled, than what I just rolled out of bed in, and it puts me in the right mind frame. It's like when you tidy up your desk before you do stuff.
I have big news, which is that button shirts are actually going to be super important because as certain right-wing folks have pointed out, there's some confusion about defining what is a woman and a man and our gender roles and stuff, and we have an easy answer for that. Is that a man buttons over this way and a woman buttons over this way, and that's how you define gender.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. I dig it.
Okay.
P.S. That's why I like the tan suit, gender neutral. Like,
do you know why that is? By the way, do you know why that is?
No.
I think didn't it have something to do with access to your weapon?
Oh, I remember why it is.
It had to do from what I learned in one of my classes. It had to do with wealth, and so for the most part, poor people were just pulling their clothes over their heads. But anybody that had buttons and any sort of fastener, they had someone that worked for them that did that for them, right? So the lady of the house had someone that did that for them. So that person, usually right-handed, was fastening their stuff for them on the other side, right? And it just never changed.
That's wild.
It is.
Yeah, right? I was like, are you serious? How long ago was this? And we're still all right.
I don't know. Every now and then I'll get a jacket and it buttons the like dude way, and I will admit it feels weird. It feels weird. It feels like
you've been buttoning the other way your whole life.
Just feel like you're living on the edge.
You
just going into the wild unknown of buttons going the other way.
Oh my gosh. Pardon me. That was a long time coming. I was really hoping we'd be done before I had to sneeze. Shout out to everybody with allergies.
Shout out allergy
season, y'all. I have a jacket that dips on the left, and I don't know why. I was like, okay. Because it's huge, and I'm like, what John did they make this for? But okay, all right, cool.
I don't know. I say is I'm wearing something. Nothing I'm wearing right now has buttons.
But yeah, like when I found that out, I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
All right. Well, I think we actually have covered everything now.
Well, you wanted for our son to get back to talk about some sort of Bible selling uniform.
I'm just saying, if you're going to sell a Bible, you got to be in a suit, obviously.
Bro, the commercial was so wild.
I imagine. I haven't seen a commercial.
No,
in
you
so long.
have to see it, man. It's hysterical. Because again, nobody in this dude's life, not a single soul, has the stones to say to him, no, this is a bad idea, sir. Like, I get it, you're in charge for whatever goddamn reason, but this is dumb.
I'm saying
And we shouldn't do this.
This is the same guy who used to sell steaks, although
Which is,
who only eats well done steaks with ketchup. Shouldn't be any authority on meat.
and again, in all this time, in all this dude's life, nobody was like, bro, what are you doing? Not a single, like, you
Nobody
know
loves
how
him enough to
stupid
call
you
him
have
bro.
to be to surround yourself with people dumber than you enough that none of them will tell you that any of the dumb shit you're doing is fucking dumb. Not one person, not one. Like, even Jared Kushner, who seems like a bit of a nut, seems like he might be a little smarter, and maybe he'd be like,
Well, yeah. To be honest, Kushner has pretty much kept his distance.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to get
but he got
indicted.
that bread though.
He ain't trying to get indicted.
He's getting his hand on that. Yeah, you're right. He has them dodging that in them indictment bullets. But at some point, you think he might be able to just pop his head out of the groundhog hole and be like, "Hey, yo, don't do that. Don't, and then just go back down. Don't do that."
Look, he knows that those arrows are gonna be coming his way, and he does not want them coming his direction. So he's like, better you than me. So it's like he probably saw it and was like, he's doing what now? Oof. Ugh. Couldn't be me. Just let it ride.
My favorite part.
Like neither of his daughters were ever like, that's not, nah.
Again,
no,
back to not wanting the target to be you. They're like, well, it's not like my inheritance is gonna be there.
I feel so bad for Barron Trump.
I don't.
Yeah, but they were all like, sort of raised by him.
Apples do not fall far from the tree. I mean,
but he's only 10. Like, he's got a shot to escape.
Statistically, probabilistically, no.
I like that.
Yeah, but
given the statistics, probabilistically, that is a big negative. Just all signs point to him following the same pathway as the rest of his siblings. Is he still being raised by Melania?
I mean, we don't know that. We haven't seen her in ages.
No. We
have no idea.
A lot of them were sort of raised by him before Melania came along. About 20 years ago, I watched a documentary on rich kids.
All been, even that, they've been raised by people that would choose that.
Also true.
But I watched this documentary a long time ago about rich kids, and Ivanka was on camera talking about how she, was born rich and grew up going around with her dad, and how at one point they were walking down the street and there was like a homeless person asking for change, and Trump pointed at him and was like, that dude is wealthier than me because I'm in debt for, $1 million. And so his net worth is more than me. And so she was like repeating this back, and not like being like, and the reason that's bullshit is she was just like, yeah, this was what was happening. My dad was in debt, so he was poorer than a homeless person.
She had probably been asking for a Barbie or something earlier.
It says that she hopped into the limousine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And drove to the building with their name on it.
Yeah. I think it might have been outside the building with their name on it, actually.
Right.
Wow. Shit.
So I for those who have the the stomach for such things, I do recommend watching this Bible
The made up
commercial.
name, actually.
It is right. That's right. it's the thing that gets me is that it's like a produced thing, right? So there were editors involved, presumably, and nonetheless, the phrase "founding father documents" are used, which
multiple times.
Oh my gosh, the founding father documents. It's just the conflation of all the and among these are apparently the Pledge of Allegiance. Which I do not think Ben Franklin or, TJ or any of them would have had any idea what that was. And
yeah, I was actually at Benjamin Franklin's house 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, thank you for that photo, by the way.
Yeah.
Founding father documents.
Founding father documents.
Oh my God!
Just the conflation of just like at that rally, and maybe it's happened a few more times because they're not actually all televised, but where the January 6th the choir was doing the national anthem, but it was interspersed with the Pledge of Allegiance. It's like if AI were creating a presidential campaign, and it all had every hand has 6 fingers and there's an extra arm.
And then you just make a word salad out of patriot and Christian and anti-woke, and just stir it all together.
And hostage.
Pop it in a Bible cover, sell it for $60. That is the
Candyman can. Wait, hold on. Sorry.
By the way, what's happening here? By the way, I'm definitely going to start calling people my DEI, and if you don't get it, it's on you. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve that at all.
Yeah, that brings us back to Baltimore.
Baltimore. Yeah, let's bring it full circle.
I can't remember what was the wackaloon's name that called him the DEI mayor.
There was some goon on Twitter that called Baltimore's mayor their DEI mayor.
I'm like, really? Which was a perfect exhibition of what they mean when they say DEI, which is basically the same thing when they say the word woke. Because I'm like, okay, obviously we know that it means diversity,
equity, and inclusion,
and equity and inclusion, but you're talking about a city that is 62% black.
My hometown.
And the fact that they have a black mayor and you call them the DEI mayor.
DEI mayor. Like, wait, no, that's the most Baltimore thing you could have.
Right.
Like that dude couldn't.
Aside from their mayor just being a canister of Old Bay seasoning,
He's actually a crab.
Or a
crab with Old Bay. Yep.
A crab pouring Old Bay on itself.
Right.
I love it.
It's not that. It's a black dude, and it's just like, y'all are wild.
If it was in fact a DEI hire for a mayor, it would probably look a lot like what this wackaloon would want. Which is hilarious.
And just the idea of like.
But yeah, I'm all for that. What's up, my DEI?
So what happened was on like various parts of the internet, of the black internet, cats just sort of just claimed it. They were like, all right, like DEI is angry white people's way of saying nigga without saying nigga. And so they were like, all right, we're going to take that too. We're claiming that one. Go.
Yo.
And I love every bit of it. I love it. I love it.
Next time we're going to find out. Dr. Dre, MC Ren, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, DEI with attitude.
DEI with attitude. Yes. Yo, they get the band back together just to be DEI with attitude. Come on.
DEIWA. Yeah.
Yes. Somebody get Dr. Dre on the phone right now. Let's get the money. I will join the band.
I think that's it. I think that's where we close. Everybody check out The Blackest Thing on the Menu, the new album. Keep an eye out for the new single. If you are not following Gangstagrass on socials, please do that.
What is your problem? Get on it.
And on the Clock app. Yep.
On the Clock app.
On the Clock
yeah,
app.
I'm Dolio the Sleuth on the Clock app. I'll be posting something eventually. I don't know who wants to see my baked goods.
Yes.
Our son
Yeah,
wants to read
post
it
that.
on the clock
You
app.
should, use that mushroom bacon. Post that mushroom
Yes.
bacon.
Yes, I made mushroom bacon yesterday. Well, not yesterday. Today. That was today.
It looked delicious.
Yeah.
Looked delicious. Next up, recipes with Gangstagrass.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everybody. It's good to see all you folks, and we'll see you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be
Next
cool.
week.
Yeah.
Peace.
Disappeared like a ninja. But now I'm back. Now I'm gone.